I was in the nosebleed section. How's everyone doing? So my name's Conrad Benner. That's Conrad for those writing my name down. And yeah, I started a blog called Streets Department 13 years ago, and it highlights and celebrates the art of our public space and the artists who make it. You know, this is a huge economy here in the city of Philadelphia, and the public art of our city tells the story of our cities. I'm also a curator at Mural Arts Philadelphia and the host of Art Outside, a WHYY podcast. So yeah, thanks for having me. Judges, you look great. Thank you. Look great. Okay, eye contact. So when I was thinking about the theme of moving right along, my mind went right to my origin story. Because I was born on a train. No, that's a lie. But that'd be cool, right? I can't lie, no. Okay, well, not my actual origin story, but the origin story of sort of my career over the last 13 years. So imagine it, it's 2009. It's the first year of the Barack Obama presidency. I'm still a hipster wearing the tightest pants. Now we have to wear this, you know, that's part of it. And I'm biking to work. I work at Capogiro Gelato at 13th and Sansom Street. Has anyone ever been there before it closed? Yeah, it was great. Sorry if I was rude. I worked there for a long time, but there were a lot of people. Biking to work one day, I did that famous clopen that a lot of people have to do, where on Saturday nights I worked till 2 a.m. and then I had to be there at 9 a.m. the next day. And I was biking to work one Sunday morning, biking up 6th Street, when a van smashed into me. That's all I remember. I woke up in the hospital the next day. I had surgery on my leg. I broke my leg in a few places. I had a really serious concussion that was doing a fun dance with the pain medication that I was on. So all I really remember from that whole week-long hospital stay was that I ate pizza every day because I would think I was being a brat, but also they didn't have a lot of vegetarian food. But I think I was mostly just being a brat. After that accident, I had to move back in with my parents. I didn't really, I needed sort of some care. I needed to have my leg up all the time. My parents wanted to help me. I was born and raised in Fishtown, so it wasn't too far from Hahnemann, the hospital I got surgery at. And I lived there for a few months. I was really depressed that whole time. I think it's the most depressed I've ever been in my whole life, really. I was 24, looking at 25. I'd never gone to college. I was making $27,000 a year as an assistant manager at Capogiro Gelato. But I got kind of lucky pretty quickly. First of all, the owners of Capogiro Gelato, moving right along, they decided to keep my pay up, which was really great of them to do. I think they did that because they felt guilty for not having health insurance for their employees, but that's neither here nor there. And yeah, I had the support of my parents, which was really great too. As soon as I got on crutches, I ended up meeting different friends that I hadn't seen in a long time who wanted to check in on me. And this one friend, Ashley Akins, who now lives in Asheville, North Carolina? Okay, is that on the final quiz? No. Took me to a bar, Oscars. Has anyone ever been there before? That bar you can still smoke in? And there I met a boy, oh my God, and he ended up becoming my first boyfriend. We dated for 2 years. This is all part of the story, I promise. I'm not just bragging that I had a boyfriend once. And in our first Christmas we were together, he noticed that I loved walking around. Meanwhile, I was walking around because I was no longer biking. And when I was walking around, I used to do this thing. I had a flip phone at the time. This is, again, 2009. It's before the iPhones. And I would take photos of sunsets and street art and murals. And I used to text it to a number that would tweet it, RIP Twitter. Does anyone remember when you could do that? You used to be able to do it. And he bought me a point-and-shoot camera that Christmas as a way to say, hey, I think you like photography. And I was like, oh, I think you're right. And that camera is what I used to build up a collection of photography that ended up being mostly murals and street art. I enrolled in community college because I thought, I'm 25, I'm not sure what to do with my life. I have this cute boyfriend now, I should get my shit together. And I started to go into community college. And about a year later, I had a year of photos on this camera, a year of community college under my belt, and I was getting really itchy to be creative again. I hadn't been creative in a very long time. So I started a blog. And I had a bunch of ideas for what that blog could be. I decided on a photo blog. All these things in my life were adding up to a photo blog. And that photo blog was going to be a photo blog of what? The shit in my camera. And that was mostly street art, murals, stuff like that. So I don't really have a lesson here other than maybe get hit by a car to learn what your life is meant to be. But I am really grateful. It was a really, really terrible time in my life that turned out to be something that moved me right along into my career. Thank you.